We're live. 6 seconds. Okay. All right. Okay. We're live.
Can you see it? Oh yeah, there we go.
We have a little bit of an echo.
I think Jared was just watching the.
Didn't have it muted.
Oh, okay. But we're live, Jared?
You are?
We are live. All right. Over the show, Tubi, Nick D, Jarvis Jerry.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
Yeah. Thanks for being here for 10 episodes.
Yeah. And we're still working on the stuff. Mics, camera.
It's a journey.
Yeah. Blessed be the journey. Big shout out, thanks to BK today.
Thanks again, BK.
Yeah, he helped us out with some technical shit.
As always, he's coming through.
Our producer from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about What If episode. Oh, you know what, too? Do you have my notes?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We can look at that in a minute.
For sure.
We're going to talk about episodes 7 through 9 of What If. But before we get to that, tonight we're also going to discuss a little bit about fandom. We'll end the show with fandom. And we're also going to discuss Squid Games.
Yeah.
I actually, that would be our first topic. I actually just finished watching it. I know Nick and Jarvis Jerry, no spoilers for Jarvis Jerry tonight, have all seen it. It has taken the world by storm.
It's huge, yeah.
Which, to start this whole thing off, I was a little surprised. I don't think it's anything really groundbreaking. Personal opinion. I think we've seen things like this come out. Old Boy. What was the other one that Steve used to watch, Jerry? Suicide.
Oh, Suicide
Club, yeah. Like I've seen.
I don't even
films,
know what that is. I haven't heard of it.
It was a Skiba-y movie.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Skiba, wherever you are. We've seen things like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most obvious one is Hunger Games. That's where my head went immediately.
Well, this to me is like Hunger Games and Saw had a baby.
Yeah.
And out came Squid Games. But I watched a YouTube something or other, some other shitty show that isn't our show, and they were comparing it to a bunch of things I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But it seems like the consensus, at least on the internet, from that side of things, the reviewer side, it's not like the show isn't groundbreaking necessarily. It's really well done.
Yeah.
It's practical effects, which I think is really. I didn't know that until afterwards, but it makes total sense because everything looks so good. For sure. My favorite thing definitely is the MC Usher. Usher?
Yeah. The
stairwells.
Yeah, exactly. The rooms that get you to the games. Yeah.
And they swooped that.
Yeah, cool colors. Yeah.
They painted it fancy colors.
Yeah.
But that painting is, an iconic historical painting.
Yeah.
And it took imagery like that and incorporated it. The whole thing has a very surreal feel to it.
Totally.
The guys wearing the mask, the whole thing.
The giant statue during red light. Because for me, that was the first image I saw.
Yeah.
Was that, and then with the two armed guards, where like immediately you're just like, what is this? And like just that image alone made me be like, I think I gotta see this.
Yeah. I think from beginning to end, I liked it.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little crazy that how fucking much you're seeing and hearing about it. It's really taking pop culture by a storm.
Yeah.
I've heard, stupid statements like, well, I don't know if they're stupid, maybe they're true, that it's like raised South Korea's entertainment to like 50%. There's all these things being said now about how much this is important or whatever, or has done successful. 25 countries, it's the #1 show released on Netflix, this, that, the other, jibber jabber.
I think I saw something, and these numbers are going to be completely wrong. You guys should look it up. But I think I saw something like the budget was $20 million, and it made $80 million. It made $800 million. Like I think there was an 900 million.
But how do you judge that when it
exactly
doesn't have
Netflix doesn't play by the rules?
Yeah. So I find it all to be weird. All that shit. I also have heard that he shot this script for 10 years.
Yeah.
Which
heard
I think
that
that's
too.
interesting as well.
I like hearing stuff like that where, you know.
It also worries me though, because part of me now feels like you shot this for 10 years. What is the follow-up of this going to be like? Are they coming out with it next year? He had 10 years to fine-tune this storyline.
It's kind of like, and this is a random comparison, but you know, like True Detective Season 1, so great. I mean, I liked True Detective Season 2. I was a big fan. But like most people agree that Season 2 is trash. And it's like, I think it's hard to, like, if you spend so much time on Season 1, you pour like your soul into it, and then immediately have to turn around and deliver a Season 2, it's gonna be rough. That's gonna be hard. Having said that, I actually did really like Season 2 of True Detective.
Yeah, I see that Jared has highlighted right now that there's no current plans for Season 2. You watch the end of that show.
Oh, really?
And it's obvious that they're planning a Season 2.
Yeah, like, wow, that kind of blows
my mind. And if they're not,
mind.
like, if he doesn't have any ideas for Season 2, I'm baffled.
Yeah.
And don't do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I want to really highlight. We won't go, we could ruin the whole show and tell you the ending.
Yeah.
But
which I don't
why
even
bother?
Yeah, do we even, is it like,
we'll leave out, especially, like, who was behind it. No need to mention it.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you know, you know. It did surprise me.
Yeah.
It did surprise me. And you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna ruin it.
I will say, like at around 7 or 8, I don't even know what episode, I actually knew it was coming. I don't even know why I knew, but I was like, this is
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I watched an Easter egg video, and shout out to whoever made it, forget who you were. You know when they scan, in the first episode, they scan the field to see if anyone's moving?
Yeah.
It hits him, and he's not highlighted.
Interesting.
So
okay, I didn't catch that.
If you caught, neither did I. Who's looking at that?
Yeah.
And it's such a quick thing too.
Yeah.
But if you catch that, he's not highlighted. He's also number 1.
Yeah, which is
there's like he has a plastic water bottle in one scene where no one else does.
Oh, wow.
There's like I don't know. It was like an Easter egg yada. There's a bunch of other things like the numbers, like how much they win versus like the number that's on him. All these stupid little Easter eggs that are like actual Easter eggs, not storyline Easter eggs or whatever. Here's the thing I really want to talk about real quick. I thought, you have your main story, the game itself, right? Then they do these background stories on certain individual characters, right? Which are character building. They're not necessarily new storylines, right? And that's cool. So then you have 2 other storylines going on. You have the cop, and then you have the doctor.
Yeah, cop looking for his brother, doctor who
we don't really know, and that's what I want to discuss.
Yeah.
That pissed me off because that was a very interesting storyline.
Yeah,
was the doctor and how he's
harvesting organs
for these employees who are betraying the Squid Games as a whole. They're doing behind the scenes. And then they kind of cut that storyline off in episode 5 or 6.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that really goes nowhere.
It goes nowhere. And then once they're hung, and then the voice comes over and it's like, if you cheat the games, you die. We apologize to you guys, whatever. That's it. They never, in like the final 2 episodes, or maybe even 3, I can't recall, they never bring back up what the doctor and those employees were doing. And how many employees were in on it.
Yeah.
Because when the undercover cop, he like infiltrates it for a second.
Yeah.
Right?
Because remember, and this is so in the weeds, remember like when he's lying in his room and it turns out that one guy coughing is doing Morse code? That never went anywhere. What did that, who was that Morse code for? And 2, to what end? You know what I mean?
So there's something more going on with the employees.
Yeah.
And I feel like we really haven't, like that to me, what am I trying to say here? Like, that to me is where season 2 could go.
Yeah.
But it seems by the end of the episode, or end of the final episode, it's going to be about the revenge of the main guy seeking revenge. Now, the whole dyeing the hair red, too, or pinkish tone, which is kind of the color of the uniforms, I didn't really understand. Like, why did he do that?
I actually looked it up, and so the director, the director even said, or the creator, I don't know if the creator directed it, but the guy who created it, he was even saying like it's just kind of like a metaphor in the sense of like the creator even acknowledges he's like it's a stupid thing to do, like to dye your hair red. He was like, I would never do that. It looks so weird. But he said it's supposed to represent like that main character's inner rage. Like it's just like a metaphor for like he's so angry having lived through the games, and he's so kind of like upset with what he had to do that he's just it's just to signify that he's like out for revenge. So it's just like it's almost like he's set on fire. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like even the director's like, yeah, it looks weird. I would never do that. It's just a metaphor.
It totally changed the looks of that actor.
It makes him look way younger. It's way weird. Well, it makes him look younger, but it also makes him look old in the sense that it's like he has a young man's kind of flashy haircut. It's super weird. It makes him look weird.
So I mean, they end it with this note of like he's gonna come back for revenge
because he bails on America. Yeah.
Yeah, like, he bails on to go to see his daughter. Yeah. I mean, overall, like I said, it's a cool show. I'll definitely, if they come out with a season 2, I'll give season 2 a chance
for sure.
Especially because, like, look at it. It's like almost a softer version of Saw with a more upbeat killing.
I think you're. It's a softer Saw, but a more metal Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It's like it walks that line of right in between them. Yeah.
But you know, Addy said something because he's midway through watching this. Shout out to Addy. And he said something to me about it. And he said, you know, the thing about Hunger Games that's fucked up is their kids.
Yeah.
This, it's like these are adults,
and they're all there by choice. It's not a lotto. You're right. Yeah. That's a good point Addy made. Yeah.
And like they left and came back in Squid Games, and like they're choosing to do this because they got themselves in shitty situations
because of their bad decisions.
Yeah. So that's why you watch this thing and like it's it's hard to even, you know, connect to that main character because he's a piece of shit. He's a pile, you know. He's stealing his mom's credit card. He's gambling it, you know. Yeah. The buddy of his who's the college dude is a fucking douchebag. You know, you connect to the young girl. Because, you know, whatever. And then her friend that she makes in the whole marble game.
The dude from Pakistan. You don't really know what he
fucking kills the boss dude. It steals the money. The Pakistani.
Oh, you're right. That's right. Yeah, you're totally right. I forgot about that.
They explain why all of them are a pile of shit except for the young girl. They pretty much make it the highlight that the young girl was the only one that really
That's right.
Kind of got fucked over. And her friend that she met. That mom was murdered by the dad, and she murdered the dad. That's the storyline there. Anyways, I thinking about it now while sitting here with you, Nick, and live on the show. I don't have too much to say about the whole thing.
Like I think it's worth watching, and I liked it. But like it's kind of like you said, where it's like it's nothing like groundbreaking, but it's good. But and even if I feel like even if we did kind of do it, I feel like we left it kind of vague. But like even if we were to spoil it, I don't really think that changes anything because it's like
we said,
it's almost like without saying names or anything. Did you think anyone else was gonna win? I actually didn't for a second think that dude wasn't gonna win.
I actually thought the buddy was gonna win for a minute.
Oh, okay.
I thought at that final scene. And he puts it next to him.
Actually, I guess that's actually.
I did think he was gonna grab it. I was a little surprised at how that final scene panned out. When I say final scene, final suicide or Squid Game scene. I also thought that was a lame game.
I also I'm not even entirely sure I get the game.
No.
So it's like
no understanding of the game. But like, you know, you started off with a fucked up version of red light, green light. Very easy for everyone to understand. You know. Then you move on to
Honeycomb.
Was it Honeycomb or the bridge? No, Honeycomb.
And then
Honeycomb, which was kind of a fucked up version too, like, oh fuck, like you got to do this or you're fucking dead.
Especially with like how like they just get executed right then and there. And you're trying to
slide.
Work and then
once again, and the visuals on that because it was oversized, blown up. It was very creepy. Very creepy.
And then I don't know if this was always there, but like in their rooms with all their bunk beds, the games are all
the walls.
which I guess if you know the game, you're going to be able to tell. But there was like, at no point was I like, oh, that's the night. I know what that game is.
But it is ridiculous if you're sleeping in that room. And I will say the episode when Homeboy, the gang leader dude, kills the guy, and then they decide like that night it was like a mini game. and they made it a mini game. I thought that was a cool episode, and that was interesting. But then you got the honeycomb was cool because the visual thing.
Yeah.
Then you had the bridge.
Yeah.
The tug of rope. I thought the tug of rope was the most detailed.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like the other one was like gun. The tug of rope.
You're killing each other.
Was way more of a saw-like thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was the marbles.
Yeah.
Right?
No, marble or was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was marbles. It was marbles, then the glass bridge.
Yeah, marbles.
The glass bridge.
Yeah.
Glass bridge was also kind of like, I think the two that were the highlights to me, which both involve you falling from a height and dying, were the bridge and both the tug of rope and the bridge.
Yeah.
Were the gnarliest, the most set up.
For sure.
But even the marbles, because they had this. The way that they broke down the marbles, where they're in that like weird rooms and all that.
That's to look like
the old man's house.
Yeah, like neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah. It still had this like surreal, weird game feel.
Yeah.
So it was still creepy, and that's also I think. No, I guess is it marbles or when are all the white people watching? The creepy white people.
That's the bridge.
That's the bridge.
Yeah. Because I think they're that's the bridge.
And that added an element of creepiness.
Yeah.
So you have all these creepy, and then they do the glass bridge, and then they get to the final fucking round, you know. And technically there's 3 of them, but then that girl unfortunately. Yeah.
So
they just ended it with this lame ass game.
And so I don't. So if she would have lived, can you play Squid Game?
Yeah.
One-on-one?
Yeah, because if you remember the intro of the whole show, episode 1 is like a flashback to them playing Squid Games as children, the 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I guess so. You can play it like 4 or 5. It looked like.
Okay.
Yeah, but everyone's a solo. I don't know. Point being, I think that like they ended it like with the least visually appealing, and I guess it's because you're already sunken into the characters.
Yeah.
They imagine that you're going to fucking, you know.
Yeah.
But I really, you know, overall, to end this and tie it all up in a knot, overall, I would give it a B minus, you know. I liked it. I think there's potential for a follow-up season that might be better.
Yeah.
I can also see this going 5 seasons, and by the 5th one, it fucking sucking and like some kind of Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was just going to say Walking Deading it, yeah.
You know, and I hope they don't do that. I hope that they maybe do 3, do another season where we get more of like what's going on with the workers, and then a 3rd season where it really wraps up the whole thing and ties it up. Like one more season where they're playing the game potentially.
Yeah. I was gonna say like if it was in the sense of like True Detective, where season 2 like there's nothing to do with season 1, it's just another round of the game, and then maybe in season 3 we get an ending, like we get
Homeboy pops up.
Yeah, like that might be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
So that way it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Right, and that's what I hope they do.
Yeah.
Because I could see the Squid Game itself, another show from a different point of view in another game.
Yeah.
And please maybe change the last one, although that's the name of the show. So how can you?
Yeah.
It could be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I give it a B minus. I give it a B minus. It's a strong B minus. You know, a few things that could have been an A, but I don't think it's anywhere close to an S tier personally.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But it's cool. You know, I will say this too. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Netflix bullshit that comes out. I think that they put a lot of baloney.
Yeah.
And they're feeding us bologna sandwiches when I want fucking salami sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I will say, it being a Netflix original does impress me. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Netflix, you've come out with something pretty fucking good.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely agree with that. Where I think it's definitely been like my favorite Netflix thing in a minute. I think the last thing, the other 2 things were anime. Like I think Dorohedoro is a great Netflix thing, and also Castlevania. But yeah, for the most part, I think Netflix misses a lot. Like they'll take big swings, but sometimes they miss. And then that brings us back to Cowboy Bebop. I hope Cowboy Bebop is at least as good as Squid Game.
Oh, it's gonna be better.
Yeah,
it's gonna be better.
It's
gonna be better than Squid Games to us, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will be the groundbreaking thing that the world wants.
Yeah.
The thing about Squid Games that's sad in a way is how popular it is the fact that it's literally about how people are poor and what human beings are willing to do to make money.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad how popular the show is, because it's like it almost feels like a ton of people would want to be a part of something like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just...
It's the same bullshit with like how like you hear like you know how like people are always like, dude, if the zombie apocalypse was real, I'd be like running shit. And it's like, no, you wouldn't. Like that idea that people, when The Walking Dead first came out, people would like romanticize the end of the world and they'd be like, I'd love it. And it's like, no, you wouldn't.
I think I would.
I mean,
for a few years.
Yeah, yeah.
Until I ran out of sardines.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but I'll survive off some cans of sardines, dogs.
I do love sardines.
I'll be. I think my stack at home's till 2026, so I'm good for a few years if we pop off.
Oh yeah.
But I agree. Yeah, it seems fun. It'd be fun to be like killing zombies and shit. But then when your mom dies or something, or becomes a zombie, and you have to pull the trigger on her. Everything drastically changes. There's no plumbing.
Yeah.
There's no.
I was even gonna say like, what do you do all day? Like no internet.
You can fucking sit out there and make sure. Yeah.
Yeah. The smell. Like oh my god. Everywhere. Yeah.
No running water.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And like
I don't want to live like that.
Yeah. I don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
No. We wouldn't be able to do this. So.
Yeah.
What would you give it though? Our S to F tier.
I mean, I'd probably give it like an A minus, like an A, like in the sense because I watched it in 3 days. I watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I really did like it, but then I feel like the thing I've been saying to everybody, I was like, oh, it's not perfect, but it's great. Like
it's cool, yeah.
there are definitely things that I didn't like.
Eye candy.
Yeah, exactly.
But will you go back and rewatch it?
Part of me says no. Like, I mean, if I do, it'll be like in a year or two. Like, I have no desire to watch it.
A second season.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like right now, I have no real desire to watch it.
No.
It was great though. That doesn't mean,
No, like I said, I'm just astonished. I'm not surprised that we liked it. It kind of seems like it would be up our alley.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm amazed at how many people like it and how popular it has really become here in the U.S. and overseas. Like,
yeah.
But I'm also not surprised. Like,
yeah,
it really shows where society is.
Because we watch, you and I specifically, and Jared too. We watch weird things. Yeah. But I have people that don't. I have friends that don't watch weird things. They're kind of squares that they like to. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, this is I'm into this, and it's like like. Like looking at a lot of these shows right here, like I have friends that would like never watch Umbrella Academy.
No,
but I
tried.
Yeah, they did watch Squid Games. Like, yeah.
Well, real quick, while Jared's rolling through here, I just want to point out all the Marvel shows. I loved all the Marvel shows that Netflix did do. I think Marvel's Daredevil by Netflix was amazing. Jessica Jones, Jeez McGee's, I loved her. Yeah. Literally loved it. And I even liked Iron Fist and fucking what was the other Iron Fist and
Luke Cage. Luke Cage. I never watched Iron Fist, but I really liked Luke Cage.
But Jared did just scroll by something that I do think was even better a while ago, Jerry, but don't worry about it. That I thought was even better than Squid Games, and I do think, personal opinion, it is the #1 Netflix show, and that's Ozarks.
I still need to watch that. I've heard nothing but good things. I've never seen it. I hear it's great. Yeah,
it's a fucking home run.
Ozark was. Like, that's because when you brought up the would you watch Squid Game again, it's like I wouldn't. And I personally don't want them to do a second season. I don't need it. My imagination is probably better than what, because like you guys said, 10 years. He got to perfect it. To pump something out in a year or 2 years, just not going to be the same. But Ozark, for sure, waiting for the next season.
Yeah, I can't wait for that season.
Like, Jason Bateman kills it.
I want to watch it.
But here's the thing, Jared. Ozark's also a very depressing show. I think when Ozarks is done, I probably will never really go back and revisit Ozarks. But I do think it is a fantastic show. The storylines, the acting, the whole thing, it is great. I don't know if I put it an S tier, but I definitely think it's an A+. And I think it's the best thing Netflix has done. The one thing I want to ask you, Jared, I said B-. Nick D said A+ or A?
I'd say A-.
A-?
Yeah.
I want to know what you're going to give it, Jared, but here's the one thing I want to ask you before you say that. If I told you the second season was going to be all about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is also fucking good.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but
it's funny.
I heard it's dope.
It's funny. It's good. It's upbeat.
Yeah.
It's like a weird like.
I like her.
She's great, and it's like a weird like it's a sitcom-y, but it's like got a dark edge to it. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's kind of grim for how funny it is. Yeah.
I give that one to Netflix too. That was a good one. But Jerry, if they made the show about that doctor, would that intrigue you in the inner workings of the game? Not about necessarily the people playing it, or you just, you're just done with it altogether?
That I'd probably be more interested. I don't really need to see another group of people play the game or
same games.
Yeah, I hope they're different games if they do go that route.
I think, like you said, the doctor thing is more interesting because it is just that was one thing that wasn't explained. I feel some of the other stuff was addressed and like maybe not well or in depth, but they at least were like, oh yeah, this is what happened. Where that definitely was like, what was that? There was no explanation. We don't know when it started. Like all of that would be more interesting than seeing another group of people play.
Yeah.
And the thing to me too is like it seems like they've done this in the past. So it's like have other doctors died in the games or have other doctors won the game? Like it'd be cool if they did one a season where it was the season before, the season 2 seasons prior, right? And the doctor either makes it to the final round or, you know, wins it. Yeah. And it's him being snucken out and then also having to compete. Like, I think there's an interesting thing you could do with that storyline.
Yeah, yeah.
And they just, because the first time they showed you him cutting open the person, it was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
And it really opened my eyes. Oh, I also I did like Grace and Frankie. It's a weird show, but I did like it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was, I haven't finished it, but it was cool. But yeah, like it really, it pissed me off though when they killed them and then they never went back to talking about it. It really bothered me. It still bothers me. Yeah. And the more I'm talking about it now, I almost want to bump the show down to a C, just for talking about it out loud because I'm like that fucking the doctor thing pisses me off.
Especially if there is no plans for more, it seems kind of like it's like they just abandoned that plot thread.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like maybe he's like, oh, I was always planning on touching it on again in season 2. It's like, okay, well we'll yeah.
So then I'll watch season 2. But Jerry, what do you give it for a rating?
I'll probably give it a B because I thought like the sad moments in it were really sad, good. But like other things were just like, I've seen more violent stuff. I've seen maybe a little bit better storytelling, but like the sad moments were like heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, they did that really good.
Yeah, they hit you in feelings for sure.
But yeah, probably a B.
B. Okay, so we got a B from Jerry, a B- for myself, and Nick D with the A-. Overall, it sounds like here over the show, we enjoyed Squid Games. We definitely feel like there's some things to be worked on, as well as we may or may not need a season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, if like if there wasn't one, I'm not tripping. Like, you know what I mean? Like and if there is one, I'll check it out for sure.
Go up to Jerry. Go up to real quick, because I have to highlight this. Wet Hot American Summer, first day of camp was really cool.
Yeah.
But it left more questions. It made a lot more questions about what Wet Hot American Summer was about.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's amazing to follow up. And earlier we mentioned Netflix shows and what they had done.
Yeah, yeah. We're scrolling through a list of them. That's what we're looking at.
Crazy to follow up a movie that came out so long ago.
Yeah, like almost 20 years ago.
So much weirder.
Yeah, yeah.
On another fucking level. One day we'll have to revisit because I didn't think Wet Hot American Summer was that good of a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple of buddies of mine that I used to have worked with, they loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking loved that movie. Thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world. When this came out, I was like, dude, you gotta watch it. They did not like this.
Interesting.
Well, because this really takes that other franchise or the original movie in a total different way.
So much sillier. It's so much, like...
But awesome that Netflix gave it a go.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of wish they would have followed it, because it ends...
I like this whole crew, the people from the state.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It ends in such a weird way. I wish they would have done more with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another great Netflix thing.
Is Doro Hidoro and Castlevania not on this list because they're anime? Because those are like my 2 favorite Netflix things. How are they not even on this list?
Because they're animations, animations. Oh, there's my... Oh yeah, Santa Clara Diet.
Oh, I need to see that.
3 seasons. Here's... But this just brings up a reason, and we're going to end our Netflix talk on this real quick. This is what pisses me off about Netflix. Is they have a great fucking show like Santa Clara Diet with... great actors with fucking Drew Barrymore and can't remember his name.
Timothy Olyphant.
Thank you, Nick D. The show was amazing. I honestly recommend it, but it ends because they got canceled. It ends in the most weird place where
I hate
we
that.
totally need to follow up, or give us like an hour-long movie just to tie it all up and end it correctly.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic zombie show. Way better than The Walking Dead. That's right. And I love zombies. I love zombies pre-Walking Dead. Love zombies. And I like the first season of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, Walking Dead is a soap opera slash... It's soap opera slash zombies.
Yeah.
When it became like who's banging who, and this is mid-first season in my opinion, I instantly was like, this is fucking stupid. I was out.
Yeah, and for me, like, I hit a point where like they kept killing my favorite characters, where I was just like, all right, like I'm gonna step away then. Like it's like because I don't even know when it was, but it was maybe around season 4, season 5. I just kept being like, dude, like I'm not here for anyone that's left. Like Daryl's cool or whatever, but I don't need a show built around Daryl. Yeah. Like I think it was when they were whatever there was like a whole season on train tracks. That's when I was like, I'm over it.
I just feel like they had it. I don't know. I'd like to read the comic.
Yeah,
I really would like to read the comic.
I've read like hundreds of issues of the comic, and then same kind of thing. Not even the same kind of thing at all. I think I personally just got bored of zombies. I think for the last like decade, zombies were so oversaturated that there's and I'm not saying there isn't good zombie stuff. There's for sure good zombie stuff, but it just seemed like it was everywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But give this show a try, Nick.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to see
their portrayal or the way they
take on it.
Yeah. Their take. Thank you. Their take on zombies is a total different thing.
Yeah.
She's a zombie. He's not.
Oh, okay.
And it's way more. I don't want to say realistic at all because it's not.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's also brutal.
Yeah.
It is a great show. I really recommend it. Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, he's great.
He is fucking phenomenal.
He's the man. Yeah.
That show should have gotten a lot more work. I'd watch anything that he's really in.
I wonder, do you think it was this that got him Mando? Or do you think it was just his career?
I think, because he was on...
he's in that...
Deadwood?
Yeah, he was in Deadwood. He was in that FX Western, which...
I think he's known for being a Western dude, because he's also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He works on the Western.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. He totally is like a... He's like... almost
typecast as a Western dude.
But I love it because he's great at it.
He's great at it.
Yeah.
And I hope he comes back in more Star Wars.
Yeah, me too.
But let's move off of our Netflix / Squid Game conversation. Yeah. If you haven't seen Squid Games, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, see if it's for you.
See if it's for you for sure. And then now we're going to talk, let's just get this out of the way actually, because it'll be brief. We're going to talk a little bit about fandom. The DC fandom. Yeah. A few years ago, or actually I think maybe it was COVID. DC, was it COVID that they pulled out of doing San Diego?
I think so. Wow, it's like I don't even know, to be honest. Like, was last year the first fandom?
I think so.
Yeah, that feels right. It feels like there's only been 2.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At some point, Jared will look it up for us, but at some point DC pulled out of really doing
convention stuff.
Yeah, COVID-19.
Yeah.
So they pulled out of San Diego Comic-Con. As everyone knows, San Diego Comic-Con over the years has become the place
to drop
trailers
and
teasers and fucking Hollywood swallowed comics. Comics and superheroes and sci-fi movies and swallowed them up pretty much. The San Diego Comic-Con has become the Comic-Con of all Comic-Cons. And a lot of our favorite movies and shows and other things have been announced there. COVID pops off, DC pulls the fuck out of it and starts the DC Fandom. This year at the DC Fandom, I didn't look at too much. I think we'll hit what I first saw, then Nick can take over and tell you the rest of the shit. The only thing I watched and really heard much about was Black Adam.
Yeah.
The Rock posted a little thing. I checked it out. It was pretty wacky. It's a 3-minute video. The first 2.5 minutes are literally bullshit, and then The Rock talks for a few seconds, and then they show you, I think 30 seconds. It's like a partial scene.
And I hope, I don't know, I guess it doesn't even really matter, but I actually hope that scene isn't in the movie. I think we should move away from trailers and start doing specific teasers that are not... Because I think you and I talk about how, like, I'm over trailers, man. Trailers suck. Like,
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that as you went into the other ones. I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
The thing to me is that, like, I love trailers when we were at the theater.
Yeah.
And you'd go to the theater and you'd see these trailers, and it felt special because it's like I can only see this trailer here at the theater.
Yeah.
And then when they first started coming to the internet, it was already kind of like, eh.
They show the best parts of the movie, and you're like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen in this movie.
Right.
Because everything's given away.
And now people screen grab them, and you're seeing the images constantly. People are making memes before the movies even fucking come out.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of what happened with poor Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
That movie got butt raped.
Yeah.
Before the movie even came out.
And then they
no matter what the movie
I didn't see it, but they forced the studio to go back and spend millions of dollars on reanimating it.
Dude.
And again, I don't even care. I don't give a shit about Sonic. But it's annoying that they have to buckle to the fans, to not even the fans, to just the internet.
Well, the internet made poor Warner Brother waste a few $1 million to make the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. The thing that really pisses me off, and we go in a whole discussion, but we're talking DC, so this is on topic.
Yeah.
The thing that pisses me off about the Snyder Cut is it ends and he leaves it once again in this big build up for another movie that we're never gonna fucking get.
It is really funny how it didn't end.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
If anything, he let it more into something that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
That I'll never see. That he hinted at from Batman vs Superman. He hints at it even stronger in his.
He doubles down.
He doubles down.
Yeah.
And it's like we paid him, or Warner Brother paid him
twice
double money.
Yeah.
To hint at a movie that they're never gonna let him make.
Yeah, and then with this Flash movie, it looks like they're even erasing all of that. So even this Justice League, I think it's gonna be done. I think I mean we've got Robert Pattinson being Batman now, and again that might be like the Joker, where it's like a side story, side universe. But do you think Affleck's gonna be Batman again? It feels like that Batman's done. Cavill wants to leave. I know The Rock specifically is trying to get Cavill to stay.
So they can face off.
Yeah. But it's I don't even know if that... And so that means, okay, so we've got Aquaman and we've got Wonder Woman. Sequel's coming out.
I did announce that. The DC fandom.
Exactly. I don't think there was anything for Wonder Woman. They just said that it was coming, Wonder Woman 3. And then I actually didn't watch the Aquaman thing. I will at some point. But it's if this whole thing is about to be rewritten in the Flashpoint movie... Are they even still going to be Wonder Woman?
You guys are Frozen on YouTube.
Frozen on YouTube? Okay, good call.
How long, Jerry, do we know?
Just now. Sadu hopped on and then told me.
Oh, Paul. You guys heard about Tiffany and that Timothy Olyphant is a sheriff.
Oh, BK, what's up? Timothy Olyphant's a sheriff?
Yeah, I was just cracking up when you were talking about Timothy Olyphant.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I know the Westerns, isn't he? It's like you guys made a new discovery right there.
Yeah. My phone's also pretty low on battery, so we gotta hurry this up.
Do you want to plug that in?
No, because it makes that buzzing noise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's get through DC fandom. BK's here with us as well.
Welcome,
His
BK.
voice is in the background. Black Adam looked cool. We'll see what it becomes. The Rock, The Rock is The Rock's, but this is a role I feel like maybe he can,
be good at. And again, just for the record, I love The Rock.
Yeah.
And I do think that this is.
If you smell.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm hyped for it, but again, it's like a low burn hype. I'm it could be good. I didn't see Shazam, so it's I actually
it's cool.
Yeah, even my into this world I don't even have. So I don't know. Shazam looked good. I want to see it, but
there's another Shazam was part of the announcements as well.
The only thing
I am gonna look forward to
the 3 best DC movies.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah,
I mean Shazam's a fun one. It's definitely made for kids. It's upbeat. It's a fun one to watch. But is it if we're comparing, apples to oranges or whatever, Marvel versus DC, it's nothing too special.
Yeah.
The Peacemaker show, we watched the trailer earlier.
I think I'm excited for that.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The fandom, nothing too big jumped out at us at the fandom. I feel like
the only
Batman.
I was gonna say the only thing that I'm hyped for is the Batman. But again, I'm so biased that's not even saying anything. Of course we know I'm hyped for the Batman.
And I'm not even gonna bother watching the trailer for the Batman because
so sick.
I'm already gonna go to the Batman movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to see the Batman.
Yeah.
And I'm really actually excited for this reboot of Batman. Because let's be honest, people always go, they do so many of them.
Yeah.
We haven't actually had a Batman movie since
the Bane one, which was like 20.
Yeah, because Batman vs Superman
15
was
12. I don't even know when that was.
It was not Batman vs Superman. It was Batman vs Superman for a brief moment.
Yeah, versus
Doomsday.
Doomsday, yeah.
With a splash of the introduction to Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
It was a shit house. So it could have been cool if they split it into 2 movies, but they didn't. So we never. And I'm going to say this to the day I die. I wanted a Ben Affleck Batman movie, and I'm pissed that we didn't get it, to be honest.
Same here.
So this movie better be fucking good,
Yeah.
DC, or else you're going to have hell to pay with me.
Hell yeah.
Because I wanted my goddamn Ben Affleck movie, but I never goddamn got it.
And maybe that's still in the cards. I personally doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I highly doubt it. Whenever you get Ben Affleck Batman. Yeah. That's fine. It's fine. Michael Keaton's always going to be my Batman.
And you get a little that in the Flashpoint. That's what you see, which you presume is Michael Keaton, like those ears. So like it does look like in the Flashpoint thing. There's like 2 or 3 flashes, and it looks like they're in the '89 Batcave, and then you get that silhouette right there. So like they are teasing Keaton. Yeah.
So the Flashpoint might be a really good movie.
There seems to be no reference to Affleck. I didn't, at least in the thing I saw, there was
doesn't
nothing.
surprise me.
Yeah.
He separated himself. He's back with J-Lo. There's a whole weird thing going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Affleck. Hopefully Mallrats 2 becomes a thing, and Affleck's in Mallrats 2. That's all I can say about Affleck.
Yeah.
You know.
Do we know what's going on with Kevin Smith? What is he doing right now?
Well, Clerks 3. We're way off topic.
Yeah.
Clerks 3 is wrapped, and he's editing it, and we will probably be seeing Clerks 3 sometime next year.
Sick.
Very excited.
Yeah,
we'll definitely be doing a big talk about Clerks 3. Clerks 2.
Powerful Kevin Smith.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump in. Can you unlock that and give me?
Yeah.
Let's jump into what if before my phone dies and we lose everything here. Cause I got a bunch of notes. What's up, Jerry?
Spawn TV show, same at Twitch.
Oh yeah, Spawn. Hell yeah.
Kevin Smith.
Oh wow, executive producer though, Jerry. So he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be super involved. All right, so what if? This is the finale of What If.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
7, 8, 9. We've done. I think we did 2 other episodes, right?
Yeah. I think we've always done 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I don't remember which episodes of Over the Show we discussed.
Probably a handful of the back. Yeah, probably like
episode
a minute
2
ago,
maybe, and maybe 4 or 5. Doesn't matter. If you've seen them, you already know how we feel. We love What If.
Yeah.
Great cartoon. Love the animation. We've gone over all this shit. So yeah, we're going to talk about episode 7, 8, 9. The first episode is Thor. What if he was an only child? We start.
I just feel like that's such a weird title for what this episode's about. Like it makes it seem like this is going to be a real Thor and Loki story, and like Loki's such a side character that it's like, why even call it that? Why not call it like? Because to me it feels like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Why not call it like Thor's Day Off? Or you know what I mean? Like it doesn't. What if Thor's an only child? That has nothing to do with anything.
Now that you're saying this,
yeah, like
it could have definitely been a better name.
Yeah, and not that matters, but yeah, that just seems weird hearing it.
Yeah. Real quick too, I'm back traveling. Everything we discussed about the fandom, we're gonna talk more about that stuff.
Obviously, as it comes out,
as the stuff comes out and shit. We just kind of did a brief summary. You can look into it.
It was a thing.
It's a bunch of
yesterday?
announcements. Yeah, it was over the weekend.
Yeah.
A bunch of announcements. Not too much. The Batman trailer was the biggest point.
Yeah.
I mentioned the Black Adam because I actually watched that one.
Yeah.
And then obviously Peacemaker, we just watched.
The Flash.
Yeah. So, sorry about that. Moving on though, back to What If. So Thor, the only child one. Nick makes an amazing point. The title could have been something better, or Party Thor.
Yeah,
which is really what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just it you feel like you're getting something else when you read that title. Yeah.
I felt off tops, and I have a bunch of notes here. Off tops, I thought him and the mom, when it first started, and him and the mom wait till the dad, Odin, goes to sleep, and then they dip out instantly. I instantly was like, what the fuck? Is this some fucked up version? Like
I thought he was dying.
I thought he was dying.
I had no idea what was going on. With I wonder if in Norse mythology. Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
I guess that's what it took from it because they made some comment about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sleep. Yeah.
So that was weird to me. It was very like, what? What's going on here? And then, it just turns into instantly from there on out, not from there on out, but it instantly turns into the Party Thor episode.
Yeah.
Which, he's all over Vegas, he's moving and shaking, going all over the place. Without, what we really learn in this is without Loki, him growing up with Loki, he definitely just becomes a frat bro.
Yeah, he's just
the ultimate frat bro.
Yeah.
And that was interesting to me. There was a ton of awesome cameos, especially from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think this one had the most when you look at the IMDb, it's like everyone.
Yeah,
cameos. Yeah. I think
Captain Marvel. We had Jane and her assistant Darcy, Agent Hill. What's his name? Agent Coulson. Just a ton of fucking cameos. The list goes on and on and on with the cameos.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Sam Jackson.
And then my favorite cameo, and he gets married to Darcy in this.
Yeah.
And it has to be the highlight maybe of the episode. Is Howard the fucking Duck.
Hell yeah.
Seth Green coming back once again for Howard the Duck.
Crushing it. Yeah,
Crushing it, man. Please give us more Howard the fucking Duck.
For sure.
I love the Howard the Duck.
Totally.
Now, here's the thing I thought was a little crazy, and they bring it up multiple times throughout the episode, and I wrote this down. So, did one of Thor's buddies have sex with the sheep, and they kept making jokes about it? Like he was a sheep fucker?
I don't even remember that.
They said something about how he passes out in the bed with a goat. And then they bring it back up.
Yeah,
they double down on it.
Yeah.
Then at the end he says that even the goat made it home after a little bit.
Yeah.
Which also after a little bit, very weird.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't put that together. I didn't even.
BK or Jerry, do you have any chime in on this goat fucking situation? Because it was a little eerie.
I am gonna assume so.
Weird.
It's weird for a Disney cartoon.
Yeah. And is that a reference to something?
That's what I didn't get. Was I missing something, or were they literally making sheep fucker jokes?
Yeah, that's weird.
I didn't get it, and they mentioned it 3 times. The first time in Vegas, another time later, and then at the end he says the whole "even the goat made it home" thing. Weird. I was a little taken back by that. Nick Fury getting smoked by the Rock guy. I can never remember what the Rock guy's name is. What's Korg?
I think it's Korg.
Is it Korg? Yeah.
Taika Waititi?
Yeah, Taika Waititi's character. Thought that was amazing. Really loved that. Wrote that down in my highlights. The Golden People, what were their names? I'm horrible at names. I'm sorry. I'm sure BK's laughing.
Yeah, I know. They're the people that make Adam Warlock?
Yeah.
Guardians 2?
Guardians 2.
Yeah, I don't remember their name, but yeah, there they are.
I want to call them the Creed, but they're not the Creed.
No, that's
Sovereign.
The Sovereign.
Thank
BK.
you, BK.
Hey, BK, though, did you catch the sheep fucker shit? That was weird, right?
Honestly, I don't even remember that now at this point.
Yeah.
They reference it 3 times throughout the episode. I wrote it down in my notes for some reason.
You must really want to see that sheep movie.
Nick D saw it. That's what also made me think about it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That movie just came out, and then they're talking about banging sheeps in What If episode. I loved when Loki was, he shows up and he's the giant dude, and they call him the Ice Bros. Thor calls him the Ice Bros. I thought that was amazing. Hilarious. Wrote that down. One thing that I caught that I thought was interesting is that when they pan out of the locations, the names of the cities are on the globe. So they pull out. And it's
for sure. Yeah. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. I thought that was
stood
cool.
out to me.
It was very stylized, it almost reminded me like old Looney Tunes or something.
Yeah. I like that. I wrote that down. I thought that was cool. I wrote this down before they even said it. But Captain Marvel is a party pooper, and then instantly they start chanting it, or whatever. I thought that was all pretty funny.
I thought that was her for a second,
voice wise.
Yeah.
So did I until I looked it up. The Stonehenge getting knocked over was classic. It
very
falls
Looney
over
Tunes.
very Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Falls over like dominoes. It was great. The Jane going to visit the mom and the way she does that, it was very okay. I mean, obviously we're watching a cartoon, but it was very So this is the thing that bothered me throughout the whole episode, and this is kind of the end of my notes. Obviously, the mom comes down, causes him, makes him go home, and they treat him like he's in school, right?
Yeah.
So it's so weird to me that Jane, from the minute she meets Thor, wants to bang. She's all about it.
Yeah.
She's all about
it's
it.
again
She's horn dog.
so cartoony. Like
Right.
she's like the wolf and
But she's a doctor.
Yeah.
And has a doctorate or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's they make him seem like he's like
frat bro. Yeah.
frat bro, but still in like school and shit.
Yeah.
It's just this weird dynamic.
Yeah.
And when he calls and they're on the shield ship and she like,
I love you and
yeah, it was just a little over the top.
Yeah.
Altogether, I didn't love this episode. Now I watched 7, 8, 9 in a row.
Me too, yeah.
And I think that if you did it that way, I heard a lot of people give this episode slack.
Yeah, people do not like this episode.
But here's the thing, is if you watch it in a row, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, what I was going to say is it gives
context
to why Thor's funny in 9.
Yeah.
And Thor is the funniest in the comic relief
Yeah,
in
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And without this episode, we're not going to get there.
And so like you and I, we didn't have to we didn't watch 7 and then have to sit with it for a week.
Yeah.
I went 7 right into 8.
Yeah,
so I'm right
yeah,
there
me
with
too.
you.
Yeah.
This episode didn't bother me as much as it bothered other people.
A lot of people.
But I think I might look at it differently if I had to wait a week.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
2 weeks technically.
2 weeks. Yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks technically.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Especially coming off of that Killmonger episode.
Yeah, coming off the Killmonger one.
Yeah.
So, and what's crazy is that the Killmonger one for me was also three or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Totally. A month ago for me.
For
so
sure.
I'm, coming into this Thor one, I thought it was a blast, kinda.
Yeah.
I'm also taking notes. So
I thought it was a nice change of pace.
And the sheepfucker thing really stood out to me. So instantly I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm gonna keep mentioning that. It was like I don't know.
Yeah.
Altogether, the ending of this episode, which hints and shows that 7, 8, 9 are very connected.
Yeah.
We see Ultron.
Yeah.
At the end of this episode. And that was the end of my notes for this one. Altogether, I give this episode a solid C plus B minus.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in my top 5 even necessarily, but I do think it was fun and I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick?
I say the same thing. I'd give it I definitely think this is the weakest episode of the 9, but I don't think it's a bad episode. Because again, I didn't have to sit with it for very long. I thought it was cool that tonally it's different than all the other ones. But I almost think this one, if this was episode 1 or 2, I think it would be better. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd give it a C plus, B minus, something like that. Right, just average compared to the other ones where, again, I like that they did something different with this one, but it was just so silly and so cartoony.
Very Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, very Bugs Bunny, which I'm down for. Yeah.
Jerry?
Nothing really bad to say about it.
Jerry, got anything you want to add on?
Yeah, I'm not like you guys. I don't hate fun, so I'm gonna give it an A.
Oh,
wow.
Right on.
Jarvis Jerry coming in strong.
With an A, yeah.
BK, you want to tune in and give us your rating real quick?
What am I rating? Just that episode?
Just that episode, BK.
Yeah, give it a B minus.
Wow, B minus from BK.
Right on.
BK,
It was fun, but it made me not like Thor, and that wasn't so much fun because you gotta like Thor.
Yeah.
Because he's okay with sheep fucking?
Well, and he's just generally being, as you said, the biggest frat bro ever, and it's just oh man, this is all the worst of Thor. This is just the only parts of him I don't like.
Yeah.
Although it was fun that it was actually Chris Hemsworth's voice. It was kind of like he was doing a gag of his own role as the character, He was on SNL being the character.
It's like the SNL version of Thor. Yeah, and I'm always down for Darcy. I like that.
Yeah, I like Darcy.
Yeah, she's
her trying to suck up to Captain Marvel was really funny.
Yeah.
And come on, Howard the Duck, dude. Fucking Howard the Duck, bro.
Yeah.
Always a standout.
Yeah, always a standout. Thank you, BK. Better ratings from the internet too.
Normally we're kind of the fanboys.
Usually it's the two of us are the lovers and they're the haters.
Yeah.
I won't say that. BK always finds something to like in Marvel and Star Wars. All right, moving on to episode 8, which to me, we could just say episode 8 and 9 are one episode, but they are titled 2 different things.
Yeah.
So we'll break it down here. Episode 8, what if Ultron won?
Yeah.
Off tops, I love this because Ultron a great character. One of the best villains they've had, I think, so far. In the it goes Thanos, then Ultron, almost in a way. That's excluding the television, because obviously the bad guy from fuck, dude. What's her name? Jessica Jones. The bad guy from Jessica Jones, man.
Yeah.
Huh?
You're frozen again.
Oh my god.
Oh, is your phone about to die? Did it do a little warning thing?
Fuck, we're at 10%, bro.
Should we burn through just 8 and 9 right quick, or
We're gonna plug it in. Justin Sadu, if you're still there watching, tell us if there's a buzzing noise, because I won't really know.
Here, I'll just unmute it real quick.
No, but if you unmute it and we talk, won't it echo, or no, we're good? Is there buzzing?
Oh, I have it muted in 2 places.
Well, it doesn't matter. Fuck it. We're midway through the episode. We did Fandom, we did Squid Games, and we did episode 7, so we'll continue on. I plugged in the charger. If you hear buzzing, we apologize. Like I said, we're running through technical difficulties.
we're figuring it out.
We're waiting for BK to make a bunch of money with Bake with BK so we can invest more.
Everyone go check out and subscribe to Bake with BK. It's amazing. It's the flagship of the over-the-show empire.
Oh, Overshow.
Yeah.
The Overshow empire.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Jerry, what was that?
So you said there is a buzzing.
Yeah, because I plugged it into the charger, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But yeah, you asked him. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Sadu. I appreciate that. I imagine it has to be that charger thing.
Yeah.
You know what, Sadu? I apologize for the buzzing. I hope you continue to listen. We're going to burn through this fast. Anyways, it's already 9, and I got to get home and back up to the farm tomorrow. Alright, so Ultron 1. We start off with Black Widow and Hawkeye just fucking up robots.
Yeah.
And we quickly find out that Hawkeye only has one arm, which they never, I feel like, am I incorrect to say that they never fully explained the whole Hawkeye one arm?
I don't think so, yeah.
We just figured he lost the arm somewhere in the Ultron battles.
Yeah.
And they're the last 2 people on Earth. That's the way it sounds.
It definitely seems like Ultron has exterminated that planet, that Earth.
Yeah, he nuked everything and all that. Yeah. So that's interesting. One thing that jumped out at me immediately, and I instantly looked this up online, because is it James Spader?
Yeah, it's not him.
And it's not him. And I was kind of a little disappointed by that.
And you know who I thought it was the whole time? It's Ross Marquand. I thought it was going to be the tall vampire from one of the Skarsgårds from True Blood. I thought it was that dude, and I was like, oh, this dude's crushing it. And then it's not him. It's this other guy.
Wait, did that just say this dude played Red Skull in Endgame?
Yeah, he played it in the episode with Captain Carter.
No, go down, Jerry.
Yeah, it did somewhere.
You passed it again. It was right on. Go up a little bit more, right there. Avengers: Infinity War. He's Red Skull.
No, I thought what's his name was Red Skull. I thought it was Agent.
Interesting.
They actually talked about it here. Yeah, he was the voice.
He was the voice of Red Skull?
He voiced, yeah.
Wow.
That blows my mind. So, it's not.
Hugo Weaving didn't want to return.
Wow, Hugo Weaving. I didn't know that was his name.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had no idea.
It would have been cool if they got James Spader. It sucks they didn't. It didn't. It wasn't the end of everything for me, but I did write it down. We once again see Tony die.
Yeah.
You know, Tony has died up until episode 9, which we'll talk about in a moment. He's died in every fucking episode of What If, which is interesting. Then we watch Ultron just take down Thanos in one blow.
Yeah. As soon as he comes through the portal. Yeah.
Off top.
Yeah, and I thought that was dope. Did not expect it. Thought there was gonna be like a whole thing, and it was like instantaneous.
Yeah. But it just how easy. That's all I can really say. How fucking easy they made it seem right there.
Yeah.
We built up all of the MCU to these movies about that, and then in the cartoon, they take them down one cut.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then
He had the stones, too.
he did not have the stones yet. Oh. Thanos did.
Yeah.
Thanos did.
Thanos had them, and he just quickly does it. That it kind of is like, why did they do that in the movies? Like,
Yeah.
If it was that easy, apparently.
Yeah, why didn't Vision? Because at this point, I forgot to mention this, but at this point, we're no longer Ultron were actually like a hybrid of Ultron / Vision.
Yeah, because in the Ultron movie, he made that body, that like the organic body, and so instead of becoming Vision, it like that's Ultron.
Yeah,
perfect Ultron Prime. Or whatever.
Yeah, so and that's the thing I was gonna say about the voice. Like, if they wanted to do James Spader, I'm surprised they didn't do the dude who does the Vision.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that too.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany. And they didn't do either, which I think is interesting. But yes, it's a mixture of the two. Yeah, he takes down.
Why would he have Jarvis's voice? He wouldn't have Jarvis's voice. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. But yeah.
Well, why we call him Jarvis? I mean, shout out to Jarvis Jerry, but I mean, he's Vision at this point.
Jarvis becomes Vision.
Yeah.
True.
Jarvis never becomes Ultron, so it would be weird if it was.
Yeah.
Jarvis, like, that'd be weird.
Oh, I see what you're saying, BK. So Vision,
different personalities. You know what I mean?
Vision is only Vision.
It only looks like
Jarvis.
Vision.
He's not inside of Vision.
Yeah.
Then we get Paul Bettany's voice without it being Jarvis inside Vision. It should still be James Spader's voice, technically.
Yeah.
Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah. So then they couldn't get him, but they couldn't really put Paul Bettany. You know, that would have been
Totally.
weird. I think it would have confused the shit out of me.
Yeah, because there's no Jarvis inside of him.
Yeah.
BK, thank you. See,
Good
this
point.
is why we need you to
Good
pop
point.
up, BK, you fucker. All right, that was great, BK. You answered the question I had on here, so that's great. We watched Ultron go around and just destroy every planet we've been introduced to in the MCU.
Asgard.
Everything.
Yeah, all
everything. He goes all the planets from
Where the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sovereign. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, we might as well just say it. Everything from Guardians of the Galaxy is destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and the place from Captain Marvel, I think, as well, right? I think that gets destroyed as well.
Yeah, which I have no idea what that place is called, but yeah.
They show it. I thought it was interesting. Captain Marvel shows up and makes a Terminator joke.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone caught that.
Yeah.
Jerry, BK,
This movie didn't need a sequel, which I feel like is like taking the piss out of Terminator 2.
No, I think Terminator 3.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm going to go with that because, come on, how are you going to take T2?
Yeah, exactly.
T2,
yeah.
Come on now, it's a fucking classic. But she shows up, instantly throws out a Terminator joke. Thought that was interesting. It's just crazy to hear Marvel reference a Terminator movie.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now that Disney owns Fox, yeah.
And then from there we see that Ultron can see or feel the Watcher.
Yeah, he's grown so powerful that he can somehow...
Because he has all the stones. He killed Thanos. He has all the stones.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, like, Ultron really is like a god at this point.
At this point, he's more than a god.
Yeah. Like,
he's almost on the level of the Watcher.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And as we get into episode 9, like, you're right. In episode 8, he's kind of like our god in our timeline.
Yeah.
In our timeline.
Yeah.
And then as we go on, you know, he becomes even more than that. Hawkeye says, they're at this point, the Watchers, like, our only hope is fucking those two humans on this timeline or whatever, and it's Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
They're going through all these boxes in Russia looking for some type of information on Zol. What was his name?
Armin Zola.
Zola, yeah.
Yeah, he's the Nazi scientist.
Yeah, right.
Or Hydra scientist. I'm pretty sure they're Nazis.
Yeah, they're above Nazis.
Yeah, it's a distinction, but yeah.
And when they walk into the scene, Hawkeye makes a Raiders of the Lost Ark joke. There was a lot of jokes going around. Terminator, then Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. You know, Indiana Jones fucking... And then we get a whole box montage of them just opening up boxes for a quick little montager.
Yep.
Thought that was cool. Black Widow finds a shield. Now, that's not Captain America's shield. Is that the dude from the Black Widow movie?
Yeah, exactly. Man, I can never remember this dude's name.
Yeah.
It's not the Red Rocket. What's his name?
The Red Rocket.
Santino. Dude, I can never remember.
BK,
the Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask BK for his input on that. It's the Red Guardian. Yeah. So they showed the Red Guardian shield, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Little reference to the Black Widow franchise.
For sure.
Yeah, I wrote down the Watcher is really in this one. You know, this is the first time we really get the Watcher as a character.
As like a main character.
As a main character, more than just a voiceover guy.
It's cool to see him scared. It's cool to see him, like, he has no precedence for this. Like, he's definitely, he's never been looked upon. He's never been watched the way Ultron is now hunting him. I thought it was great. All of a sudden you see a whole new side of the Watcher.
Yeah, it really makes the whole what if thing go. This is episode 8 where it really comes full circle. We're really feeling it. While they're still in this whole situation with Hawkeye and Black Widow, Hawkeye at this point makes a Death Star joke. Hawkeye is just shooting out George Lucas fucking references left and right here. He throws out a Death Star joke.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a conversation like, should we have a lightsaber in one of these boxes? Like, it was so, like, jam-packed with references.
A gremlin?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Alienate, something. This point, they find what they're looking for, which is Zol. And they're going to use him as some kind of virus. And
to corrupt the Ultron.
Yeah. And they put him in the Arrow, yada, yada, yada.
It's Zola, Tubi. You sound like you're halfway saying Zoltan.
Zoltan, yeah.
And I'm sorry, what is it?
Armin Zola.
Zola. Okay. Fuck him, BK. He's an irrelevant character.
Zoltan.
I'm going to call him Zoltan. From here on out, he's Zoltan. Alright, so then Zoltan is put into one of the
what is Zoltan? What is that?
Zoltan is from Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh, okay.
Zoltan.
Okay, yeah. Because I kept thinking, there is only Zool. I kept thinking Ghostbusters.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call him Zool.
Yeah.
Alright, so then Zool is put into one of the Ultron robots, one of the lesser robots. What I liked about that is instantly Black Widow shoots out the legs.
Yeah.
You know?
Turns him into a backpack.
Yeah, it turns him into a fucking backpack that has to hold on for himself.
And then I like how you just said, I like how she's got the shield right here. How like Black Widow. We get Black Widow as Cap a little bit in this one, and then in the next one, when we get to it, we almost get Black Widow as Hawkeye, because she gets the bow,
Well, and a little Cap. She's riding the motorcycle.
Yeah. Like dude, Black Widow I think is the star of What If, but we'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, she pops up the most or whatever.
Yeah. And her arc is the coolest. I think. Yeah.
And they didn't get ScarJo, which is disappointing.
But I thought Lake Bell did a great job.
No, the voice was great.
Yeah.
The Hawkeye falling back into the tube where he sacrifices himself, it had a lot of feelings like Infinity War. Or is it Endgame or it's Endgame, right?
Yeah, it's Endgame. Yeah.
It had a lot of that's the image there. Thank you. It had a lot of feelings like Endgame.
When he's,
opposite.
Where
he's trying to save her and she lets go.
Yeah.
Now he does. And I also thought the image that we got where he's falling down, like there was a slow-mo shot of it. It was one of the coolest drawings throughout the whole entire
100%
series.
100%.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool to do that little reference to that, the Endgame movies. I wrote that one down. Ultron, Vision looks super crazy. Yeah, when Vision and Ultron become one and they has like the robot shit and the fucking, the stones on his hand, or his chest or whatever the fuck, it is quite interesting looking. I almost want to see that in the movie, It's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I also wrote down when the Watcher rips off his clothes and underneath he's like Superman. He takes off his costume.
Yeah, he's got like armor.
And all of a sudden he's wearing a superhero outfit.
Yeah.
How interesting was that?
Because is there any precedence for it? Like, I don't really know much about the Watcher or the Watchers, but like I thought that was sick. Like, have they ever fought? Do we know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Has he ever worn that outfit?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can find that image of that, but the Watcher in his outfit.
I thought it was dope.
Actually, if you went back, there was an image of it. It was the two of them fighting. Bottom, right there.
There you go. Yeah, he's got it almost kind of looks like Thanos.
He's got like a metal arm.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It was an interesting look. I thought that was cool though. We're getting to learn a lot more about the Watcher. Oh, when Ultron's punching the Watcher and he's on the ground and it's like changing.
Yeah, dude.
The planets that they're on or timeline.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of both. It was like timeline and what planet they were on, and it was all changing. I thought that was a very cool look.
Yeah.
Very
that was
interesting.
Awesome. It's like in the next episode too, where like you see like Strange will filter through different like it'll be normal Doctor Strange and then Monster. Like I like that they're using a lot of these kind of like timeline references now. Yeah, I like that.
And that's my final note on this one, and that's how the episode kind of ends. Is evil Doctor Strange pops up at that point to save the Watcher.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting because he's so powerful. Evil Strange is so powerful that he's able to do all this different kind of shit, which I thought was really cool. And that's kind of my whole thing on episode 8.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed episode 8. I thought it was a great time. You know, it ends in this note. You know, 8 and 9 are really connected, but we'll give it a quick little rating. I give this one an A. I don't think it's, once again, in my top 3. We'll go over our top 3s at the end. But I do think it was a great way to kickstart the ending, because it's a 2-part episode. Tie everything together.
This one laid a lot of the track, because the next one, 9, is just gonna be a bunch of like fight scenes. I thought this fighting. I thought this was a good episode story-wise. Yeah. And the way it linked episodes 1 through 7 together, like it's now one narrative. You know, like loved it.
Rating-wise,
I'd give it an A too. Like that was great. Yeah.
Davila, Jarvis Jerry. My apologies.
I'd give it an A.
An A. And O'Malley. Now we have your special guest O'Malley out here. We'll get a rating real quick.
I'll go B plus. B plus.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
BK with the B plus. 3 A's and a B plus. All right, BK. Do you have any other things that you want to throw out?
Yeah. Anything that you guys caught that we didn't mention?
Yeah, Jarvis Jerry.
No.
BK.
Yeah, I don't know. I did really enjoy though. They were just like, screw everything you think you know about who's powerful. This guy's just way more powerful. So, let's move on. Like, it's just like we're not really gonna explain it, but you just gotta go for it.
How'd you think about what did you think, BK, of all the pop culture references with Terminator, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Star Wars is canon inside of the MCU because of Peter Parker makes comments about Star Wars.
That's right.
So like that exists. So
and
I guess that Lucasfilm exists. So like
and Xenomorphs.
Lucasfilm stuff.
Well, yeah, they didn't make aliens reference in What If, but yes,
yeah.
Spider-Man also does reference aliens
in Endgame or
in
one of
Endgame.
them. Yeah, you're totally right, BK. I forgot about
Infinity
that.
War.
Infinity War. Yeah.
He mentions aliens. So now they've mentioned Terminator, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because Terminator, I don't think they technically. I don't remember if the Fox deal was done when Spider-Man made that joke about aliens, but they own aliens.
Yeah, for sure.
They own Star
Disney
Wars.
owns Fox. Yeah.
But I don't know if they own Terminator.
Is
Terminator part of Fox?
Yeah, Terminator. Well, I want to say yes, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
And Predator.
BK, fill me in on this.
Like
Avatar is now a Disney project, right?
Yeah. Oh, it has been for a minute because Disneyland's got the Avatar land in Florida. Yeah.
So James Cameron works for Disney now, so I guess you can make Terminator jokes.
Yeah. And Titanic jokes.
Titanic. I don't know if you can make Titanic jokes.
Too soon.
They reference all movies from like that time period as if like there's got to be so many kids who probably watch this who are just like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, totally.
What are those movies?
Yeah. Wow. All right, so then we'll get into episode 9 and wrap up this show tonight. What if the Watcher broke his oath? Episode 9, the final installment of the What If show. Starts off with Captain Carter and Widow, her version of Widow, with a Steve Rogers joke. That is how it pretty much kickstarts. She makes some type of Steve Rogers
poor
joke.
taste. Black Widow, edgy.
Yeah, it was very edgy.
Yeah,
That's why I wrote it down. Very edgy. She makes a joke then to a random dude that she fights about dancing. And I thought that was also interesting because the random bad guy that she makes the joke to
is that UFC guy from one of the greatest ever. Is that George St. Pierre?
In
the movie, because that's
the cartoon.
That's who it is in the movie. Is that Winter Soldier? Like, what is that a reference to? That fight on the boat? That's a direct 1-for-1. Well, I don't know if it's 1-for-1, but the Captain America fights George St. Pierre on. I think that's Winter Soldier, but they don't have him look like George St. Pierre in this.
Okay,
but yeah, like
but she makes a joke. Well, the reason I wrote it down, I didn't realize any of that, Nick.
Yeah.
But I wrote it down because the joke, like. He doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. Dancing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's for the audience. That guy would have been like,
no
what?
clue.
Yeah,
I just thought it was like that's a weird place to write that dancing joke in. But yeah, I do think you are correct about all that, and they didn't make him look the same.
Yeah.
Which
He doesn't look at all like George St. Pierre.
Yeah. Then the Watcher starts popping up in all of the episodes and picking out heroes.
Yeah.
Now, I have to point this one out, and I'll get more into it, because the first one we see, or not the first one of the ones we see is Star-Lord as Black Panther Star-Lord. What is this goddamn name?
T'Challa.
T'Challa Star-Lord saving Peter Quill Star-Lord.
Yeah.
While his dad, fucking
Ego
the Planet, is killing him and shit. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
But then we see Gamora.
Yeah, dude.
And this stood out to me. And I know if you're still watching, he's going to get butthurt with me about this. He's watching. Good. It is stupid that they showed Gamora, in my opinion. Now,
I kept thinking I missed an episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I've talked to some people, aka Sadu, and supposedly, there's a Lego set, this, that, the other.
Oh.
The episode didn't come out because of fucking COVID, this, that, the other.
Oh, there was supposed to be a Gamora episode?
Yeah.
Oh.
Supposedly it's next season. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if BK looked further into this. We'll get BK to chime in at the end with his 2 cents about this. I think it's kind of wacky, personally, that and this is a personal thing, that we see all these characters who have been throughout all of the season, and then there's just one character who's not.
We see crazy mecha, like, war machine Iron Man, and like...
Well, he's like Hulk Smasher.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean...
But yeah, no, like...
he's alive. Tony Stark alive.
Yeah.
Which also bothers me, because Tony Stark died in every What If episode.
Yeah.
And he's alive in this one.
Yeah, he made it to the end with Gamora, supposedly.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
And I just, it's cool, sure, but bothered me. I wrote it down. We can talk more about it at the end. It's gonna weigh heavy on my my rating.
Yeah, the What If Tony Stark Gamora Sakaar episode.
Yeah.
Sick.
And there's is there a Lego out set, Jerry? Can you see if there's a Gamora What If Lego set? I am intrigued by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Interesting. Anyways, moving on. A lot of questions there. I think they're saying that it was due to COVID.
Makes sense.
How the fuck do you finish a 9-episode show? She's in the season finale, which is a kind of a 2-parter, which means her episode had to be at least 7. Episode 7 or 8, I guess, because it would have been
after Hulk,
9,
maybe.
10.
Yeah.
After Party Thor, potentially, right?
For sure.
You still do 2 more episodes?
I don't
know.
If that's the case, I almost think you scrub her out and you draw in Nebula. Draw in one of the other characters we've seen from the last 8 episodes. Because, I think
Cool Thanos.
Oh, yeah, Cool Thanos would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been dope.
Cool Thanos would
have been super dope.
Yeah.
Or Howard the Duck.
You know what I mean?
Like,
fucking from
give us Darcy, I don't care.
Yeah.
It just,
He's from in bed with Darcy or something.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Alright, so Party Thor, no one messes with Vegas, makes some kind of Vegas joke again. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And it really shows the whole episode 7 was necessary so that we could have these Party Thor making these. Well, hold on one second. Jerry's got something for us. Yeah. I
Bump
mean,
it off to
look,
What If Season 2.
We're 2 years into the COVID thing.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're going to do a 9-episode show, or what was supposed to be 10, to just throw out COVID, you got to give me more deets than just COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, man. And I get it. Like, maybe somebody died. BK just unmuted, so BK, you got something to say here?
I was just reading another article about it, and that Lego set does exist.
Yeah, we just had it up on the screen.
It was supposed to take place on Sakaar, so
Yeah.
we would have got Grandmaster in the episode.
Yeah,
that would have been dope.
Make the episode.
Maybe we got a Beta Ray Bill, or
the episode obviously is
like
made.
a full-on comedy, sort of like the Party Thor one.
The episode obviously was already made, BK. It had to have been. had of it.
And it just wasn't finished. But I bet there must be some, because I mean they've got their designs. Like they've at least done enough of the work to have like that the looks established.
This article also points out that while the episode sticks out like a sore thumb because it seems like an omission, Phantom episodes are not exactly new to Marvel cartoons because the X-Men animated series had a whole thing with the Phoenix Saga where Jean Grey sacrifices herself, right? And then the next episode, she's just back at the mansion. They don't even explain it. And there was an entire episode supposedly based around Cyclops' grief that they didn't even make until the final season.
Whoa! Wow!
That's
awesome.
was indeed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's pre-COVID.
Yeah,
that's a pre-COVID world. I just feel like in today's world, and I know maybe I'm looking too much into it, I hope that there's a better reason, like they're going to make a reference to something that was going to be in Doctor Strange or Spider-Man, some kind of other character, hopefully, that we haven't been introduced to quite yet, and that's going to be in the show, or Joker even, that we're not ready for, and that's why it wasn't here. I hope the whole COVID thing is just them doing like a curtain bullshit, cover up. But we'll see. I'm gonna judge, and I said this is to do. I'm gonna judge this fucking Gamora Iron Man episode a lot more harsh next year. When we get to What If Season 2, that episode better be a fucking hitter, because if it's not, you're getting a F from Tubi. You ain't making it to S tier. Alright, moving on though, fuck it. We're moving on. It doesn't really matter. Party Thor with the no one messes with Vegas. Thought that was great. Party Thor asked asked evil Doctor Strange for a beer. Like instantly when they
reference back to what even movie is that? Is that Ragnarok?
It's the end of Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay, where he's got the beer that he fills.
Yeah. It's the end of Doctor Strange. It's the post-credit, whatever BK calls it.
When him and Loki walk into the,
No, it's him. It's Doctor Strange telling him like, so what's up with your brother?
Yeah.
He's
a Stinger TV.
Stinger.
Yeah. Thank you, BK. I'm still gonna call it an afterbang. All right. So I thought that was great. Watcher makes the team with all the characters from the What If to fight Ultron, including the evil Killmonger. Which was interesting. Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah. And they it seemed like they kind of just abandoned that whole plot thread. Like I thought Shuri and Pepper Potts were gonna have a much bigger part in Killmonger's story. Nah, he just he gets plucked up by the Watcher.
Evil Strange shows up. The whole him showing up with drinks for everyone, I just loved it.
And everyone had their own kind of
had their own drink. I love that. I thought that was great. I thought that was great.
Nice
cool thing. Then when Thanos shows up or Thanos, jeez McGee's, when Ultron shows up and it starts attacking, Thor runs out there. I wrote this down. I thought it was hilarious. He yells "Viva Las Vegas!" and then shoots a lightning bolt at Ultron. Thought that was hilarious. The Las Vegas jokes from Party Thor are just amazing. And then it becomes a 15-minute fight.
Yeah, I mean it's basically just an anime at that point.
It just becomes a 15-minute animation fight. Yeah. Some of the highlights to me was Evil Strange pulls out all of the zombies out of the sky onto Ultron,
that was dope.
Including the Scarlet Witch.
Zombie Wanda.
I
like that they all got their armor too, magical armor.
The magical armor thing was cool too. That was awesome.
But I was hoping Wanda would have a bigger, not a bigger part, but put up a little bit more of a fight. But I thought that was cool. Thought
that was really cool.
Yeah.
Still no explanation of how they have their powers, but that's fine.
Black Widow shows back up. One of my favorite parts of the episode.
Yeah, and Gamora has this machine that's gonna destroy all the stones. Which when they first introduced it, I thought it was gonna do it completely different than how it ends up doing it.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna put it in and it was gonna smush it or something.
Yeah.
It turns into like a dog or a spider and like walking. I thought that was a little
grinds them up.
Yeah. It was a little bit more than I thought, which I thought was interesting. So then they have their game plan. They're really going for it against Ultron, and then they're about to lose until once again the Watcher shows up to actually step in and start actually fighting and stuff, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And then more fights, more animation, whatever.
Yeah.
It ends with Killmonger classic Killmonger portraying everyone, and then the Vision / Zoltan kind of popping up as well and trying to fight Killmonger to take the powers that Ultron had.
Yeah, fighting over the stones.
Yeah.
And then, so was it Strange that put them in that little pocket dimension, or was that the Watcher?
Okay. Strange puts them in the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that's what I've written down.
Okay, yeah.
And then from there on out, I guess Evil Strange is gonna watch over.
Kind of becomes a Watcher. Kind of becomes like a
watch over that little bubble.
Yeah. Like I thought that was interesting that he gets a little redemption arc.
And then it ends with Black Widow, who is kind of the highlight of the What If series here, telling off the Watcher that she will not go back to her timeline.
That would be so terrible. She would just go back and be the only person on that planet. Like I actually really thought like what they did with her was cool. That's a sick shot right there with the double shields.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
dude. I feel like Carter and Black Widow kind of were like my favorite thing of What If.
Yeah, and I also really loved that Doctor Strange episode. So, but yeah.
After she tells him off, the Watcher decides to put her in a different timeline. What timeline is that she is then placed in?
I think that's its own unique one because those are the Kree. That's Avengers 1. So I think that's a universe where Black Widow dies like way like at the beginning of all these Marvel movies because that's the very first Avenger fight where they're fighting the aliens. So, like, early Black Widow. I guess in that timeline, Black Widow dies really early.
I was thinking maybe it was the timeline. Oh no, I guess she's still alive. I thought it was the one where like Ant-Man kills everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, it's that one. That was somewhere on here. It's the one where Hank kills everybody. She goes to that one.
That's the one she goes to.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's killed in that, right?
But aren't they all killed in that? Like Captain America was the first
Nick Fury,
to die.
though. Not Nick Fury.
And Cap is the first to die in that. They even say that like Pym goes for Cap first. Like as soon as they pop out of that thing, like he's on. Isn't that? Or am I thinking? I'm getting that. That's the zombie episode. I'm getting things mixed up. Don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Widow is sent in the universe where Hank Pym. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. I know.
I got that right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah, tubes.
Yeah. I don't know. It just
attention to detail.
Yeah. It stood out to me.
Yeah.
I loved it. I like how she gets Loki's scepter. That was cool.
Yeah, and then she taps him. Yeah. And that's it. That's the What If. And I think the final 2 episodes was a great way to bring the whole thing full circle. BK, hats off to you, BK. You pre-predicted this, so it's a little disappointing. I hate when you're right, but Beats kind of called out that they were all going to connect in one way. And they did a great job of, in a 2-episode arc, of actually connecting it all, other than the Gamora, whose episode never came out, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't believe in COVID. I believe in COVID. I don't believe in COVID in this scenario.
Hot takes with
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it is COVID related,
yeah.
Blessed be the way or whatever. But don't fucking fake me out here.
I almost think that either way it's going to cost millions of dollars, but it's like erase her and put in someone else that you've already got. Like
just push it back here and finish this one fucking episode.
Yeah, exactly. This thing could have come out a week or two. Yeah,
like,
I don't know. It felt like I said. I literally went back and I was like, did I miss an episode?
Wait, Jerry, real quick. We'll keep talking, but who did the voice of fucking Gamora? Unless it's the actress, the Avatar lady.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I wonder.
Which is Gamora.
No.
It's not her, right?
No.
So, no excuses. Fire her. This lady, no offense to this lady,
What else is she in?
Yeah,
do we know her from anything?
Yeah, do we? Oh, she does a bunch of B-rate shit. Fire her to this unfortunate B-rate actress. Sorry, lady. And bring in somebody else if it was her. I'm sorry, Jerry?
Game voices.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
Of video games we haven't played.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of Valorant, but I don't know what that is.
Oh, she's the Valorant voice? She's
Far
the announcer?
Cry.
Is that what that says? She's the Valorant announcer?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a weird one. Valorant's a pretty popular game.
Yeah, people are talking about it. I've never played it.
Halo 5. Yeah,
wow.
alright, whatever. We're sidestepping. Let's get some ratings here so we can end this whole thing. My phone's about to die and now it's making a buzzing noise. Overall, I give that final episode a strong A.
Yeah, me too.
Not maybe not an A plus. The Gamora thing kind of threw me off. I'm not going to super downgrade it for it.
Yeah.
I am going to put a lot of stress on that Iron Man Gamora episode, but I'm going to give this, for the season finale, I'm going to give it a A.
I'm going to give it an A too. Thought it was great. Like, again, thought it was even better that I got to go 8-9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think
7, 8, 9.
I think 7-8-9. I think it should have just been an hour-long episode. I don't think we needed 8-9. It should have just been 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can see if you were watching them.
Yeah.
You were pumped probably after 8 going into.
Oh yeah, totally loved it.
You
and
know?
then because I think I'm right. I think I watched 7 and 8 on my computer, and then for the 9 one, I was like, dude, go to the TV, watch it on the big, like actually do it right. And so yeah, I loved 9.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was fucking fantastic.
And then I feel like as Jared's just scrolling through these pictures of 9 also like has some of the best shots.
Dude,
like
it's
that.
15 minutes of fire.
Yeah, exactly. Like so like that right there. That's amazing.
Yeah, dude, it did. And yeah, I mean, there's so much to be said.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great episode.
Yeah.
Like it's a great way to tie in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Yeah.
The Black Widow riding the motorcycle with Captain Carter.
The classic Avengers lineup with all of them in different people, loved it.
Loved it. Fantastic. Great job, guys. Jarvis, Jerry, what's the rating on this final episode?
I'd give it an A. I honestly didn't even notice or care about the Gamora thing. It was like, oh, whatever, she's Thanos' daughter. That's why she's getting picked. I didn't realize she wasn't in an episode. And it's also like, well, this is her episode. Whatever.
Yeah.
I probably also wasn't paying attention in the beginning, but yeah, it didn't bother me that she showed up all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. I'm being
now
picky.
news that there is an episode that's like, oh yeah, we do explain that. Sorry, but yeah, Nick, it was great. I thought the action scenes in this whole series were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. All right,
BK?
BK, Sith Lord BK, let's hear it. Oh, he might have stepped out. Sith Lord BK, you there?
Still muted.
Still muted. All right, so Sith Lord BK has stepped out. The buzzing noise got to him. I'm sure he loved it and is laughing about me talking shit about Gamora. So, I'm gonna say it one more time though. Jerry's got an image right here. If you look at it, it's like all of those characters, and she's on the far right side. She's the only one not in the fucking season. So it's just weird.
And she's got Thanos' sword. She's got Thanos' armor. Like, yeah, it feels like we're missing something.
Yeah.
So it makes sense now, yeah.
It's a missing piece. And I'm a completist, and I just don't like that she's even in there. I just want Jared to almost crop her out of this image for me. You got something, Jared?
There you
go. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
well, now I'm blocking.
Yeah, okay. Jerry cropped it out.
Yeah.
See? That image makes a lot more sense. I wish the fans at home could see this, aka Sadu. It makes a lot more sense when you crop her out of the shot, because then you're like, oh.
I can see it. It's pretty sad, actually, because I can still see her hand.
She's holding up the shot. Yeah.
You can tell she's being included.
That's just the watcher, DK. That's the watcher. Just imagine it as the watcher. But you got Party Thor, you got Evil Strange, you got fucking
Star-Lord T'Challa.
Star-Lord T'Challa, Captain Carter, Crazy Killmonger.
Yeah.
Like, they all had episodes. It just Cletus 2B feels better about that. Well, BK, now that you're back in here, what's the ending vibes of that episode?
What are the ending vibes?
What was your rating?
Yeah, what's your rating?
Come on.
My rating? It's like a solid B. I don't think I was like... I don't know, I thought the action was cool. It was generally fun. But, yeah, I don't know. There's something missing.
Yeah, the episode with Gamora. We know because we discussed it now for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that. No, it's not really that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to end that tonight's episode. To end season 1 of What If, we're gonna do our top 3 favorite episodes of What If. For me, my favorite episode would be the Black Panther, or not Black Panther, Star-Lord, T'Challa episode. That was my favorite. I'm probably gonna go with the Evil Strange. I thought the storyline on that one Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands. I thought the story on that was just the best.
Yeah.
And my third favorite, I'm gonna go with the zombies because it was cool. It was just fun to see zombies. The wasp, when she becomes giant, walking on people, still stands out to me.
Yeah.
So that's my top 3 of this first season.
And then also, what would you do? You want to do this afterwards, or what would you give the series as a whole?
The first series?
Yeah.
The first season?
Yeah.
I mean, I give it an A.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it in the S tier.
But
I think there's some things that they could work on, like finishing the actual fucking season and not leaving off an episode. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Give me the full season. And I honestly, I should even mark it down even more for them doing that half-ass job and still including that character in the final episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You put her in the final episode.
Yeah.
Finish that episode. They're pushing back everything. You know, I'm not saying I want them to push this back, but geez McGee's, if the character's in the final episode, push it back until you can get that last episode out. But whatever. So I'll give it an A.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna bump it up to our S tier.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my top 3 would be T'Challa, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange because it was I think one of the best written ones as a storyline, and then Zombies just because it was fun and it had a lot of cool imagery.
Yeah.
Nick, top 3?
So for sure, Strange. I think Strange was my favorite episode, and then I want to say, I think the Captain Carter one, the first one, and then the What If Zombies 2, because all great imagery, and then, I mean, I've already said it like 2 or 3 times throughout this episode, but I do think I think all of my favorite ones are the ones with like the Black Widow through line. I think she's like the star of this show. Like, which is like, again, I feel like this was before we even started this thing. Like, I walked away from that Black Widow movie kind of disappointed. Like, I'm like, dude, she felt like, I didn't feel like we gave her like a proper send-off. I feel like What If gave Black Widow the spotlight she deserved for being kind of, she's in all of the Avengers movies, but it's always just as like little pieces.
Yeah.
I feel like Black Widow is like the real hero of What If, So yeah, I would give the show an A, and then Doctor Strange, Zombies, and then the Captain Carter episode.
Wow.
And then the last 2 are great, but they're like it's a big fight. It's hard to say. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jarvis Sherry, you got a top 3 here for us?
Doctor Strange, Zombies, and I really like the Killmonger one.
Yeah, the Killmonger one is great, but yeah.
So I was saying this just to do in the chat. Do you think ScarJo pissed off Disney earlier than we thought, and they're like, you know what, you want more money from this movie, but like we're making a show, and we're gonna give your fucking character like some of the best shit, but you're not doing it.
No, I think I think that's a definite possibility, but I also think what's probably more likely is that she's just busy, and she was like, I can't do.
Oh, for doing the voice?
Yeah, like because I think it's the same thing with like RDJ and like Chris, anyone who didn't, did Chris Evans play? No. I think anyone who didn't show up, I'm willing to bet it's either a money thing or just a scheduling thing.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah, like I bet they were just like, I can't. Like I got other engagements.
Yeah. I think that's why the whole Thor cast is there, is because they were making Thor together.
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, BK. I agree. That makes a lot of sense.
But having said that, just thinking,
Michael B. Jordan came back.
And Boseman, but when did Boseman pass? All of Boseman's lines were recorded well before. Yeah. So it is interesting that this was recorded like 3 years ago.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Nick makes a really good point. I'm calling bullshit on this Gamora thing even more. Chadwick Boseman was still alive and he recorded his voice, but they can't finish an episode with fucking Gamora. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like I think most of this was done like 3 years ago.
Yeah. So there you go, BK.
like it was BK's fault.
Yeah, it was BK's fault.
BK, Jay, what is your rating of the overall series?
I'd say like A minus.
Yeah.
Like it was good. Yeah.
Alright, so Jerry, real quick before we move on to BK, unlike Squid Games, are you excited for season 2 of What If?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, but I would hope they explore either different stories or different characters. Like, I know, with the way they end it with, whatnot of the Carter and Black Widow. That is just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Or Rogers, it's like, whatever. Give me something else.
Yeah. All right, Beaks, pop back up here real quick. Unmute yourself, BK. Give us your top 3 Beaks and then your rating.
Top 3 would be Zombies,
Hell yeah.
Doctor Strange, and What If the World Lost Its Mightiest Heroes.
And that was the one with Ant-Man?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I really like that one too.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
I think that's 4 for me. Like
Yeah,
that's like
that's probably
or
4
it could
like
even
that.
be like 3. Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a great one. Yeah.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Wow.
It's like one of the darker ones.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, that's why my first one is that T'Challa as Star-Lord, because I like the upbeat vibe, and I thought Thanos killed it in that. But I do agree, BK, if I took out the T'Challa one, I definitely think I would put the What If they Lost Their Mightiest Heroes, because that is a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
I guess What If Zombies is kind of a good time, but my other 2 are probably the darkest 2, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good time, but Vision's being a prick, so it's a little, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, looking at these things, like maybe this isn't even
Douglas
his
is
3 for
crazy
me.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
This one's
Yeah,
dope.
Michael Douglas. Was that voiced by Michael Douglas?
Yeah, Michael Douglas.
Okay, so
Yeah.
once again, you can't get Gamora episode done, but Michael fucking Douglas isn't even doing voices. Come on, bro. All right, BK, what do you give the show overall rating wise?
Give it an A-.
Okay, it was all pretty much A's
Yeah.
across the table here.
We liked it.
Over the show.
I think it was
Yeah.
good, but I don't know, the ending, it just didn't do it all for me for some reason. I gotta watch it again, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I hope they do, I don't know, like Nick D said they put Black Widow in the spotlight and whatever, right? Like, they should, if they do more stuff, like, with just smaller characters, but just put them in bigger roles. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to see more, like, what if Thor, what if Iron Man, what if whatever, you know? Like, give me, like, what if Korg and Meek, like, went to the supermarket or something.
100%.
Like, I just want to see
Yeah.
some random stuff.
I totally agree with that, and I
Tower of
think
the Duck.
I would even think too, if in season 2, if we had a whole different watcher watching a whole different set of universes, like I would love it if we had a different watcher. Even though is it Jeffrey Wright? Is that his name?
I don't think we could get that though, Nick, because I think they're building up to adding that actor and that character into the actual MCU.
I think you're right. And
I think that actor will
did
be
amazing.
the Watcher.
Yeah.
And I think that they have to keep beating us into the Watcher thing,
Yeah.
so that we're ready for it when they actually introduce it in the MCU.
100%. I think you're 100%
multiple
right.
watchers now.
Yeah, there's a bunch, BK.
Yeah.
Because if you remember too, and I can't recall what movie it is.
It's one of the space ones. Yeah, with
Is it Guardian Galaxy 2?
I think it might be. Yeah.
That we
where
see
Stan
Stan
Lee,
Lee
like,
talking to
kicking
3
with him.
Watchers
Yeah.
on a asteroid.
Yeah.
Jerry, can you type that up and pull that image up for us? But and see what movie it was. But it's Stan Lee, and he's standing there talking to 3 Watchers
Yeah.
on like an asteroid, and we fly by him if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's 3 Watchers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They look. That's definitely the Watchers. Yeah.
But overall, it's great. Probably my
Overall,
favorite.
yeah.
Probably my favorite Marvel show so far. Like I've liked them all, but I think this one hit the hardest. I thought WandaVision was good too. WandaVision was great too. But
I'm a Loki guy.
Loki.
I love Loki.
Yeah, I love Loki too.
I think this is probably one of my favorite Marvel cartoons, maybe of all time.
Yeah.
Like obviously, you know, the classic X-Men cartoon, and there's been other great ones, but the art on this, the new style of animation was amazing. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I like how each episode's its own thing, but then they did all tie in at the end, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Other than the Gamora thing, which I'm going to bring up one more time. I am looking forward to season 2,
Me too.
but I will be judging that Gamora episode like a motherfucker.
Do we
I
have
to.
any kind of release date on that? Like, it doesn't even say 2022 or 2023. Like, is there anything? Probably not.
This is a season 2.
Okay.
Wait, scroll down there, Jerry. Down.
Scroll
Scroll down, yeah. So they're now saying it's gonna be 9 episodes again, huh?
So does that probably
So
means
they're
we're
missing
getting-
another episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're getting cheated out of another episode.
So COVID once again.
yeah.
Marvel, come on now, bullshit. All right, well, yeah, that was our our final episode of What If season 1. great time. Yeah. And we can't wait to do another review of What If.
Yeah.
So that's the end of tonight's show. I hope you enjoyed our Squid Games review-y. And then we talked a little fandom, not too much fandom, but it wasn't too much to be talked about.
Yeah.
And then our What If. Apologize for the extra noise to do, but the phone was going to die, so it is what it is. Next week, we're probably coming back at the same time next week for maybe a little bit of a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get BK here because we want to talk about Star Wars The Lego Halloween special.
Yeah.
So Beach, you might have to come down for a live in-person Halloween special combo.
And one of the last things, Jared, did that samurai book, Star Wars book, ever come out? Is that a thing? Whatever happened with that? Because we could also do a little review of that at some point.
You didn't order it?
I didn't. I actually kind of completely forgot about it until you mentioned BK right now. I was like, oh yeah, whatever happened with that?
Yeah, I never pre-ordered it, Nick, and I actually wondered the same thing recently because there's a Star Wars podcast that I follow, and they released an episode on it, and I was like, did it come out?
Yeah, we should read that and talk about that if we're gonna do the
October 12th. It should be out.
All right, 336 pages. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, it's out.
I'm gonna order this tonight.
Wait.
Yeah, you can get it right now.
Yeah.
Hardcover.
Hardcover, it looks like.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I kind of want that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Interesting.
Oh, and it's Prime, so we'll get it in like
It's
a day
a
or two.
book or is it a comic book?
I think it's a
No,
book.
it's a novel.
Yeah.
It's a novel.
Well, I can't get to it until after Dune, but Dune is the 22nd.
Oh yeah.
I'm still burning through it.
Yeah, and we may or may not talk Dune the next episode. I think we won't, but we'll see. Also, Halloween, the movie, is on the table to be discussed as well, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, because Dune won't even be out by the next one. Because
It will. Dune comes out this week.
Oh, okay. What is the? Oh yeah, it's the 18th. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Dune's about to be out, dude. So next week's episode is kind of up in the air. We'll see what we talk about. Is that sexy Padme on the top? What was that? Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, there's no way that's Natalie Portman. But okay, yeah. I was like, damn, Disney would allow that? Like,
Padme all the time.
Yeah, 11 by 17 print. Like, what the fuck is this? I wish people could see what we're pulling up here. It's ridiculous. Alright, we'll end tonight's episode with Sexy Padme.
Thanks for watching, Sadu.
Yeah, thanks for watching, Sadu.
BK, thanks again for all your help. Jarvis Jerry, thanks for all your help.
Yeah. And stay classy, America.